Thank you for joining us. We're here to announce the sentence imposed against Fernell Sanat. This case is about a police officer who lost his way. It is about a police officer who abused his discretion, who abused his trust in deciding to rip off whom he believed were drug dealers in the street to steal money and drugs. In that process, he endangered the community. He endangered all of these people who actually entrusted him with doing his job. My name is Markenzy Lapointe. I'm the United States Attorney. And let me introduce you to the people that have made this case possible, without whom we wouldn't be standing here today. You're going to hear from Assistant Special Agent in Charge Justin Fleck from the FBI. You're also going to hear from Chief Manny Morales from the City of Miami Police Department. With us also is DA Miami Field Division Special Agent in Charge Deanne Reuter. We also have with us Ed Stam, who is the trial attorney who prosecuted this case. Mark Calderon, who's not here with us right now, also worked on the case with respect to asset forfeiture. Obviously, there are a whole lot of folks who worked on this case, the various agencies who are standing here, and also a number of agents, both in terms of from West Palm Beach to Miami, Broward. We are very thankful for what they've done. Let me begin by saying the vast majority of police officers, they do a good job, whether it be across the country, the state, this county, the city. They are actually in task with a very, very difficult job. They are truly our first line, and they're asked to do a great deal. They are called upon when our lives are in danger. They're called upon when our families are in danger. That's who we call. So we're always thankful for what police officers do. But at the same time, they also have a responsibility. They have a responsibility to obviously enforce the law, but they also have a responsibility to comply with the law. What we have here today is an officer who didn't do that. This officer, we hold him accountable today. He pled guilty on 2 counts reflecting these violations, and he was sentenced this morning before Judge Khan to a total of 135 months. That's about 11.25 years, and 5 years of supervised release. At the time of his crime, Sanat was a City of Miami Police Department officer, and as part of his plea, not only will he go to prison, not only will he actually be subject to supervised release, he will also resign. He has resigned from his position with the department, losing what he has built for some 20 years as a career law enforcement officer. Just briefly, let me give you a brief account of what he was doing. Last fall, on 2 separate occasions, Officer Sanat abuses police duty and station as follows. And just keep it blunt for you is, he was basically shaking down whom he believed were drug dealers. And on 2 separate occasions, mid-October of 2023 and mid-November 2023, he would basically get information about whom he believed were drug dealers. And he would get information about their background, he'd get information about where they were from, and then he would actually set up and he would actually follow those individuals and stop them immediately after that drug deal, whom he believed, which he believed was actually genuine. And then he would stop them and he would ask them, look, I know what you're doing. I know you have drugs in your car or cash in your car. You have a choice. You can let me take this money from you right now, or the drugs, or you can go away for a long time. Now, the drivers, the occupants of these cars, unbeknownst to him, were undercover FBI agents or undercover personnel. And they would give him the money, they would give him the sham drugs, and thereafter, Mr. Sanat would proceed. Now, after he did this the first time, he felt obviously emboldened. He went on for another time, and this time, he wanted to resolve a score because he said he had a deal where he wanted to pay off someone else with some drugs in a prior deal that he had, and he asked the undercover if he could set up another deal. That is the November deal, where that person had money, thousands of dollars, and sham drugs with him. It was at that time, after that deal, that he was arrested and taken down. Now, keep in mind, there are two jurisdictions. The first deal happened in Miami Gardens at a hotel parking lot, and the second deal happened in Deerfield Beach, which is why we're here. He violated department orders. He broke the law by demanding and accepting money which he believed were in fact actual drug proceeds. He obtained about $244,000, totaling between cash and the value of the drug, the cocaine that he believed was actual cocaine, but which was sham. And as a public official who was willing to abuse his position and authority, it was in effect accepting a bribe in those separate occasions. Now, I want to give an opportunity for Chief Manuel Morales to speak to this issue, but I want to first say, first of all, I want to thank all the people who worked on this case. AUSA Ed Stem, I want to thank all the agents who were standing back here and the various folks. It took a lot. It is very difficult to investigate and prosecute law enforcement officers, but guess what? We still do that. It is particularly difficult when you're actually prosecuting and investigating your own, because part of that for us is we believe we have a responsibility. And we believe also when law enforcement officers are out there doing what they're supposed to do, the public has an expectation that they're going to do the right thing. So it is disheartening. It is very difficult. Nonetheless, it is something that we have to do as law enforcement to ensure that we hold accountable our own. But we want to make it also very clear that no system is perfect. No organization is perfect. Vast majority of folks are doing the best they can to actually protect the community. But some will violate the law. And we do not want to paint an entire force, an entire division, an entire community of law enforcement with a white brush under these circumstances. Chief Manuel Morales, if you're prepared, please.
Sure. Thank you, sir. I just have three quick messages this morning. First one is a message of gratitude, not only to the U.S. Attorney's Office and Mr. Lapointe, who is a fantastic friend of local law enforcement, to the folks of the FBI. Thank you very much for allowing us to be part of this case. Thank you to the men and women of the Miami Police Department, the Internal Affairs units, and this is a fantastic example of why it is that we have Miami police personnel working side by side with our federal agencies to make sure that we're able to identify these folks that are violating the public trust. So, first of all, thank you. My second message is to the community, and that is to reassure them. Let this be proof. Let this be a demonstration of what we are willing to do to uphold the trust that you have placed on your police departments. Not only in the Miami Police Department, but every department across South Florida. So know that we will go out, identify those folks that seek to harm the reputation of those men and women that have sworn to protect you. And the third one is a message of warning. Let this serve as an example for every man and woman that proudly wears the badge, right? If you ever think about losing your way, if you ever have a thought about betraying the public trust and tarnishing the badge that we all wear so proud, this is what will happen. We will find you, we will identify you, and we will put you behind bars. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Morales. Truly appreciate those sentiments. I want to bring now Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Justin Fleck of FBI Miami, their squad, did an amazing job, both in terms of setting up to those transactions and to the arrest. So I have tremendous appreciation and respect for all that you do. And I know it's a lot in time of difficult resources and stretched resources. I truly appreciate you.
Thank you. Hello. My name is Justin Fleck. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge for the FBI's Miami Field Office. Earlier today, Fernell Sanat was sentenced to 135 months in prison for attempted Hobbs Act extortion under color of official right and attempted possession with intent to distribute cocaine. These charges arose from his police position and authority and a Miami Police Department issued vehicle and equipment. Mr. Sanat's conduct was reprehensible. He is no longer a police officer. He is no longer attempting to profit from his official duties or illegal drugs. And as of today, he no longer has his freedom. On 2 separate occasions last year, he detained drug dealers with the intent to rob them using the ruse of a police traffic stop while he was off duty and outside of his jurisdiction. On the first occasion, he took $50,000, and on the second occasion, he took $80,000 and 7 kilograms of cocaine. After insisting the second stop included not just money, but drugs. Unfortunately for Mr. Sanat, these individuals weren't drug dealers. They were undercover FBI employees, and Sanat was arrested shortly after his second heist in November 16th, 2023. His inexcusable actions damaged the public's trust in law enforcement. We and our law enforcement partners will continue to vigorously pursue corrupt public servants who exploit their positions for personal gain. In addition to eroding the public trust in law enforcement, their disgraceful actions tarnish the reputation of the many thousands of police officers who honorably serve our community every day. I want to thank our partners in this investigation, including the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Drug Enforcement Administration, and the City of Miami Police Department. From the onset of the investigation, we were working together closely to gather the evidence needed while ensuring public safety. I want to thank Police Chief Manuel for being a trusted partner and taking swift action to preserve the integrity of his department and the fine officers who serve the great city of Miami. I also want to thank our U.S. Attorney's Office and our DEA partners for their ironclad commitment through this complex investigation and prosecution. Now to the South Florida community. Every day, thousands of dedicated, well-trained, and honorable law enforcement officers take to the streets on behalf of these professionals. We seek to root out wrongdoing to ensure the high standards that we expect of our police are met and maintained. Our citizens deserve no less. We encourage anyone who may have information about corruption to come forward and report it. This information is vital to our ability to keep the South Florida community safe. Thank you.
Thank you. We do have a few minutes if you have any questions.